Hello, good morning, and happy Saturday. I got started a little bit late today. Woke up at my normal time and was like, yeah, no, and then went back to sleep for a couple hours, which is why we're starting a little bit late today. All right, so I also haven't set any of this stuff up. So let's get that going too. I always do a git pull, even if like I haven't changed any code. It's like still should be the same from yesterday. Always do it just in case, because yeah, it's a good habit. It's good muscle memory to get into. All right, so if I remember correctly, where we're at is displaying the preview for one of the articles. So yeah, right now. Oh, interesting. Error loading all tags. Where is this? Huh. Not logged in users cannot create a course. Are you actually getting the real Discord? Is that what's going on sometimes? Sorry, Discord? No, Hasura. Let me let the other ones finish then I'll. Interesting. It's interesting which ones are failing and which ones aren't. All right, let's try running some of these again. I wonder if they're failing because that database hadn't been running when we first started testing. Yeah, okay, you're working now. So let's try filtering everything that failed. Try again. All right, much better. And visitors, you're still failing, but that's kind of to be expected. All right, so to be visible, so expect the preview links to be visible, which is this link preview. Oh, right. So I basically want like a little thing in here, probably, to say, "Hey, preview," if it's a preview link. So I want. How do I want to do this? I probably want. Oh, I need to update our. Let's update what we're getting back. I think we're gonna get preview. I think it's called preview, and it's a boolean. Let's double check. Yeah. Okay. So in articles we have this preview, and it's just a boolean, true or false. So we come back to here. So I want. Okay. So we have get LMS article titles. Probably this one. I want preview, and we can say true, true. All right. I was not logged in as the right user. Okay, preview true and true. Okay, so we have you. That means that should be passed in. We need to update the code to work with this now. Which means, okay, so we've added this in recently, so there's a bunch of things that need to happen for this. We need to do a GraphQL client introspect and save that into the correct place. Okay, so that's, yeah, okay, so that updates the database schema. And then I need to update the database queries. We want something about the article titles. I probably want both here. So I want created ID title and then preview. Okay, so if I get both of those get out there. I need the article. Okay, so this is going to be grabbed from the API. Articles. Okay, get article titles. I'm doing an into on this one. Okay, so then I want to store article store. Okay, so we have this from API get article title by ITS by IDs LMS articles. Cool. Oh, and then this one too. So we have both. All right, so you're gonna take in. I guess like for this article, we need to have a preview. And that's going to be a Boolean. That will implement default with a false as the default. Okay, so then I need preview is going to be, where is this coming from? DB article. And then I need to do the same thing here. Okay, so now I should have that in the store. What are you upset about? Um, oh, because it could be optional. I thought we said this was not null. Did I do that wrong? This is supposed to be not null. Oh, it is nullable. Okay, so I need. Ooh, I want this to be not nullable. Okay, well, what do we want to do with this? We haven't deployed this to production yet, so I could potentially redo the migration for it. So we can migrate down and then migrate back up again, and then set it to be non-nullable. I think that might be the way to do it. We need to. Okay, so I think all that's working as expected. Let's come into here. All right, so I want to do a Hasura migrate. What is this? Like down? Maybe it's an apply. Oh, it is an apply. Okay, so it's an apply. We can do down, and then I want to do end of migration step, so one down. Oh, it didn't like that. Syntax error at or near bool. Okay. So creations, preview the down. Okay, so, oh, drop column. I don't need the bool, so it's just drop that column. Let's try it again. Okay, so that should be good for you. So if I hit refresh, yeah, okay, preview's gone. All right, you're good to go. So now I want to do up again, but I want to fix that. All right, so add column, preview bool, default is false, and then we want to say not null. Is there anything else we want to do for the, I don't know. All right, so Sura migrate apply. Okay. So we're back to you. You're all false for this, so I want to fix you again. So let's just say, sure, you're true. I don't remember which ones I want. I'll just set them all to be true. Oh, is this ordering by updated at? Okay, so you're now all true here, so that's good. Let's rerun. Okay, we're gonna rerun our GraphQL introspect, and that should tell it, okay, it cannot be null. It absolutely has to exist, which means that we can come back to our stores articles, and then you should be happy with that because it's not an option Boolean anymore. Now it's going to be just the Boolean. Right? What are you saying you are? Oh, you still don't see that. I could swear that we said that this was not. Oh, do I need to reload the metadata? I need to reload the metadata, don't I? Okay, hold on. Let's do that. I want to do Hasura metadata apply. I bet that's what I need to do. Right. Refresh. No. Okay. What's going on? Twisted Seed, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so up here, I want to look at the migrations preview for up. Yeah, we have not null on here. Shouldn't that make it not null? Is there a different thing that I need to go look at? So this would be under what? Database, metadata, database, tables, LMS, articles. I mean, so we have permissions. That's not the same thing. Not doing too bad. Trying to prepare for a Kubernetes certification. Ooh, well, good luck with that. I have only watched talks on Kubernetes, and so therefore it confuses me. But I know the jokes and memes if that's helpful. Um, but that's also only because I knew people that did Kubernetes for a living. So good luck. Kubernetes is pretty awesome. It feels like. Stacking, hello, good morning, and hello, Dota. You're watching Pluralsight videos. Um, work, work got all the developers Pluralsight. Oh, that is so nice when work does that. Hello, Chantilly. How are you doing today? Learning more about C# and .NET framework has never been more fun. It's been a long time since I've looked at Pluralsight. I think didn't they get purchased by LinkedIn? It was before that. That's when I used it. And ironically, I started using it because I got a free like 5 hours or no 5 weeks worth of free content because I like went to a .NET meetup and won it. They must have a Microsoft license. It comes free with a Pro license and above. Okay, that makes sense then, right? Because doesn't Microsoft bought LinkedIn, right? So Microsoft owns LinkedIn, and LinkedIn bought Pluralsight. So that would be the link. Seems pretty good to be honest. I mostly try to learn fundamentals. Seems to have that content. That's nice. That's really good. I remember going on it, and it was pretty good. They're all Microsoft properties. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense then. So, and especially if you're learning .NET C#, like that's perfect for that then, right? It's all theirs. They're probably going to get the best people that they know how to go in and do that. All right. I, in the meantime, need to figure out why are you not seeing this? Maybe I need to come up to here, reload. Okay, reload the databases, do all the things. And if you do that, okay, I need you to be. Oh, knowable is false now. Okay, never mind. It's fine. It is fine. Okay. I think because knowable is default, I was looking for nullable, but it's really I was looking for not nullable. Because in the database, okay, we need. I don't like it. All right, so I need to come back to here, tell you to rerun that again. We're gonna go to stores, articles, and then let this load, and then hopefully it should be good. Steven, hello. How are you doing today? Um, Also, the videos have a little 2x speed button, which is perfect. I think that's one of the nice things about like doing my stuff on YouTube is like people can switch that up to whatever speed they want. I believe I believe you can go to 2x speed on YouTube, right? Last time I checked on Twitch, I didn't have that ability, but that was a long time ago, so maybe they've caught up. Okay, that was a little bit weird to have a live show on here. I'm gonna thumb this down. No more clapping. Yeah, on YouTube, not Twitch. Okay. All right, there we go. So now we are no longer getting errors here. So now we have the preview at this point, which means now we can jump to the page on the left. Okay, so if I want to create the side sort of, oh, you know what I should do? I should create a single function that sits out there. It's essentially a component that's here. So where is that going to be? Do I have a component? I do have a component. We're going to create one here. And this is going to be our... So first, we're going to go to Pages, Access. We're going to find the sidebar, the navigation, the course navigation, which is this thing right here. This is creating the navigation on the left. So let's yank that out. And I'm going to create a new file. Let's just go ahead and put that in there before I lose it. We need to write that. Does NeoVim do this by default? I don't think I ever tried it where I can, because like we don't have a tree, so I have to create files the old-fashioned way inside of Helix. So I can do write and then space, and then it shows me like where it's going, which is, I guess in that case, it's nice. Also, where are you? This is, okay, so we have source, components, and I want this to be a course nav, maybe? Wait, we have a tree on Helix? Where? Is it new? What's the command for it? Because I looked for it before and I couldn't find it. Like that's tree sitter scope, syntax tree. I don't really see it here. Try leader E. E is not in here. No, so leader and then E doesn't do anything. Leader uppercase E doesn't do anything. I don't think there's a tree. And I vaguely remember going and finding, okay, so if I do Helix, tree, are you gonna give me the right search? Add a file tree. This is still open. Still open from 2021. Oh, but last comment last week. Okay, and there is a PR to implement it. Oh, and apparently the conversation got a little bit heated. Okay. Well, that kind of makes sense. Like there's so many people get like really, really heated when it's like things that they really, really want. I don't really think that's useful, but okay. There's a PR that's active. it's open, it's not been merged in yet, and it adds in a tree. And so if we take a look at this, what was that going to be? Okay, space and focus current file in Explorer. Was there another? Oh yeah, toggle or focus Explorer. So it looks to me like it's absolutely coming. It just is taking a little while. But there's an open PR for it. So they just need to review it again. Oh, they locked the PR. Okay. All right. Well, it's coming. It's coming. It's just not here yet. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really nice. Okay, so let's create a component for this. So we're going to use prelude, use I am absolutely going to need to have some kind of props for this. I also looked in. They don't have a snippet system in place yet, specifically for like user-made snippets, because those would be really nice because I can create one for like creating a new component and doing little stuff like that would be really nice. They might have macros. I haven't checked that in yet, but I don't know if I want to do a macro to create a component. Oh, you're just like super upset that I haven't like that I just have all of this stuff out here. Okay, fine. We'll get you going. We're gonna call this course nav. Okay, now you're much happier. Okay, to create these articles, well, okay, so if I create these articles there, we're gonna have a course nav. So that's I think gonna be a BB. Okay, so there's more stuff I need to do here to figure this out. So, right, where does course come from? So I need to have a course passed in, which is I think what is this course? Oh, it's a store course. Okay. So if I pass in the store course, and really I can just pass in the ID of the course, can't I? Okay, so if I pass in the ID of the course, where am I going? I'm going that thing. Okay, so I want course ID. It's going to be an I-64. That's absolutely going to be required. We have to have it. So then let's get the store for it. So let store Are you not going to help me? Why won't you help me? Okay. You're okay with this, right? So I'm going to let, I guess we could just say that and that for a second. Let's use. It's like error syntax expected semicolon. It's like, okay, I get it. I want to use store. Is it because I'm not returning anything in here? Are you upset because of that? No, it still doesn't know to find. Oh, I know why you're upset because I didn't reference this in a mod. Okay, that's what the real problem is. I need to go into, and this is where the file server would be nice. We need to go into components mod. What is this? Course nav. There we go. That's gonna do it. And it, okay, immediately now it knows all this stuff. Okay, so this is gonna be a store course. Trait bound store is not satisfied. Oh, it's not store course. It's courses store. Course store. Yeah, that makes that happy. Okay. So then change you to be course store. Okay, so now that we have that, I need to get the course store out of here. So I guess we'll do this as an if let else, if let some. I think we can just do a let because we're gonna have to do an exit early if this doesn't work. Okay, so we'll do a let some. We'll have to have the course equals the course store. No help. Okay, courses. We'll do a get. This needs to be a reference to the props dot course ID. Okay, so that gives me a reference to the store course. Right, because I also after hours I converted the course store to use a hash map as well instead of just a vector, which is nice. Okay, so I get that, and that's an option. If you don't exist, then I I want to display an error probably. I don't I don't know if I necessarily want to navigate away. This component should be in charge of that. Only like pages should know when they're gonna navigate away, but I can definitely alert out. So let's go ahead and get alert. Okay, so what are you upset about? Else clause of let else does not diverge. Oh, right, right. And so then I need to return. So I need to return early, and we'll just return some HTML. And you just have to be empty at that point because there's not really anything I can do here. But okay, so now we have this course, which means that the rest of this can work now, maybe? Okay, so we have filter map. Want to take an article store. Articles get. Oh, so I need an article store now. Okay, let's grab you. Okay, so that makes you happy there. A course nav builder. Let's import you. The routes, we need to import you. The course ID. Okay, so 2. So we have routes, course, access, article. Oh, we don't have a course ID. Okay, so I need to pull this out here. Or really? Oh no, I definitely do. So course ID is equal because it's inside of a it's inside of a closure. I don't need move because it's an I64, so it's copying in. So that should just work for me. Maybe. Uh, One of the temporary solutions was to have another terminal open to run tree to still give you an idea of the project structure. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely an option. And I can set up Ranger to do that for me. It just still kind of sucks. Because one of the really nice things about a tree is I can go to it and say, yes, I want the file here, just create it here for me. Which I can't easily do with Ranger. At least I don't think I can. Can I create a file with Ranger? I don't remember anymore. And every time I'm exiting Helix, I am paying the LMS price, so I don't want to use like Ranger back and forth that. LMS? The LRS? What the something server? The language L L something else. S. I forgot what that middle letter is. Um Steven, yeah, there's still a lot of layoffs. Yeah, there is a lot of layoffs. It's really interesting to see who's laying off and who's not laying off and like potential reasons. I have to I feel like I have to assume that they're not necessarily laying off for um like because they can't survive. It feels a lot more like laying off to keep stock prices high. That's what it feels like, especially with the stock buybacks. Because every time the company is rewarded for the layoffs, and that's got to be addicting to like the board and the C level suite, which is I don't think that's a great idea. All right, and let's import article. Okay, so then this might just work. All I have to do is pass it in the course ID, and everything else just works. Let's head over to our course access again. And I can have these articles, but I don't really need you anymore. So I can get rid of you. And then for okay, so these okay, here we have the BB course nav routes. I want to get rid of you and replace you with a course nav components. Yeah, course nav, and then we have the course ID, which do I have access to that? I think I do, right? Course ID. I don't know why I saved it twice. But I think you're happy now, which means I can come back to here. Well, that's not loading the way. I mean, so I don't have an error. So that's a thing. Um. Oh, it's still displaying the H1. That's a thing. Kind of need to display it, don't I? Where is it? It's course components course nav. Yeah. So this HTML tag here is now going to use that. So we're going to do BB course nav article. I don't think it's course nav article. Course nav. Okay, we need to go find where it is. This is a course nav. Okay, so it's just BB course nav. Okay. Yeah, BB course nav. Can't you find that? Oh, there you go. And then we'll have articles. All right, what are you upset about? Missing generics. Oh, you need the routes. Okay. And now you show up here on the left. Perfect. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would just go that far, Steven. But it's there's a lot of like politics and sort of like other reasons why it happens. I don't agree with it, and I don't think that it's good for the long term. There's a book that I really like called Widgets, which I don't have a copy down here with me right now. But its subtitle is How to Manage People as If They Are People, which is the entire book is really talking about why it's so important and like what the side effects of just treating treating people in businesses like, well, widgets. And it's like, oh, we lost a little bit of money in our bottom line, let's just lay off a bunch of widgets. It's just numbers on a page, right? They're not real people. And that can cause obviously like future problems. And more and more we have a longer memory because, internet. So the prediction that the book has, and this book is like old. This book is well, old is maybe not the right word. This book is back from the last sort of major, sort of like people quitting, which I always felt was interesting. We call this like the great what was it? The great resignation, the great quitting. I forget the term for it, but like this has happened before. This happened several times before. We didn't have a glib like a cute name for it. It was just people freaking out because a lot of high skilled workers were just quitting. A lot of low skilled workers quitting too. It's just people quitting, going to jobs that didn't treat them like crap. I just feel it should reflect negatively on the performance of a company if they overhire and need to do multiple rounds of layoffs. Shows as a company they don't know how to set priorities. So think about who is rewarding that. Who is rewarding it and how are they rewarding it? It's the people rewarding it are not like they're running into the exact same problems, right? So like the rewards in the terms of stock prices are coming from just not the same areas that we're coming from of like, hey, are you doing like good long term? Like are you doing something good for the long term? Uh and that it shows. It sucks. All right. What am I doing? Okay, yeah. So the for the article title for these, which I want, where am I? I'm in the course nav component. I get the article. Okay, so I have the article. Oh, and I'm setting the article title to be this. What do you take in? You take in anything that can go into attribute value, which means a string can do that. So we can do a format here. Do I want to do a format here? I don't know if I want to do a format here. I think it might be better to do a little function. So if this is preview, I want to have like a little parentheses and like preview next to it. That's all I really care about. So we want maybe a private function, uh, like create title, like article title. We're gonna take in, what are you? You're a string. I'm taking ownership of that apparently, because like I have ownership of it here. I don't have it here. Oh, I had to clone it. I have to clone it out. So I do have ownership of it. So, okay, I'll just take in a current title, which is a clone, which is a string. Oh, you know what else I need to have? I need to have the is preview. So preview. So instead of taking both those things, let's just take in the article. So we'll take in the article, which we can have be a reference to an article. And we're going to return a string. All right, so if do I want to do some kind of like if like special thing with this? It's almost like let preview marker or like preview string. Let preview equals if article dot preview. What what are you? Why can't I see you? That's weird. Unknown. I should have access to this, right? I have article. I should have the preview. Okay, so if article preview. Okay, so if this is true, then I want the string here, or the stir here, preview. But if I don't, then I want just an empty string. And then we're going to return a format of the title. And then we'll do preview. preview, and then this is going to be the article dot title. And I return you. You're upset. Why are you upset? Oh, I have to import you before you figure it out. That's what it was. Okay. Now here for title, instead of you, we change you to call the article title function, and we pass in the reference to the article. Okay. All right. So by doing that, now if we come back to here, yeah, everything now has a preview on it to show that this is a preview. Now, I probably eventually want to like have something a little bit better than this showing, but I think for right now, and especially for like a MVP, this is probably okay to have. And also I want to eventually do this where if you purchase the course, you don't see that like, hey, it's preview. You just purchased it. Okay, so if I do that, I'm going to come back to you and rerun these tests. Because I think it's looking for that word preview. Maybe? Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, preview links. Get by role link with a name of preview in it. Expect preview links to be visible. Wait, preview links first. Okay, so it gets the first one. It clicks it and it expects it to now. Okay, so now when we click on this, we expect to go to the appropriate place. So this would be like courses for Access 3. Where did I go? Oh, we got, wait a second. We got an error? Error getting articles. When was that? So we fulfill you. Error getting articles, title, error, missing field preview. Okay, so our intercept didn't work here. Let's take a look at what this was. We have our log. We have data LMS articles. I don't see preview here. Okay, so let's go fix that. So I want anything with articles in it. Okay, so I have preview in there. Update, I don't think should need that. This one. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, let's try this again. Failed, TypeScript failed to compile because of that comma. I guess it would be nice if it told me that that's what's going on. All right, so, all right, we're good to go. So we have access to, so we got expect to match. Now we're looking for the heading. This is my course, because I think that's the name of the course, right? Okay, so once we're on this page, which is the equivalent of going in here. Okay, now I want to show the same nav bar on the left, but really what the test is looking for is I want like the name of the course, the name of the article showing up on the right. Is it the name of the article? No, I want this thing showing up. This is my course, and then hello world. So we're now to the point where we're showing the content. Okay, great. So back to this again. Let's see if we can display the main title of the course. So I want, this is a pages course access article. Oh yeah, and we got a whole lot of nothing in here. I do have the course ID and I have the article ID, so we should have everything we need. So first off, I need to grab the course so we can display it. So we'll get that from the store. I'll probably need the alert dispatch too, in case anything goes wrong with any of these. Because I need to get these out. So yeah, I definitely need to get the dispatch for that. Okay. Did I not pull you in? No. Whoa. Not whatever that was. Okay, so I have used store course. Is that not the right type? Store course, store is not satisfied. Oh, I think it's course store, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we got that. Now I need to grab the course out. So we can do a let some course equals. Okay, so we have store course, courses, get props. We have the course ID. Why are you underscored? Okay, course ID. Otherwise, we need to alert that we didn't find this. So, to our alert dispatch, reduce mute. So if this happens, I think we have to stay here. I'm not sure exactly where I want to take us, but I'll set that, and then we'll have to do a return of just like nothing for right now. If this is happening, we'll have to deal with it, obviously. All right, so now I have the course. So I can now display the course out here. So So this is going to be the course dot title, name, course dot name. There we go. Could not find the course. Okay, well that's oh, if I go straight here, I bet that's a problem. I bet we need to load the course if we go straight here. So if I come here, I then go to courses first. Go to this one, preview that, then it works. Okay. So the very first thing we need to do is tell it to get the course in the case we go straight there. And we should re-get the course anyways in the case that we're here. So what would this be? This would be, I mean, I might be able to do and use async with this one because I don't actually care that much. Is that true? I mean, I kind of want to have us be like in a loading state and like load it. Oh, it's not going to be, oh, so we can't actually have a loading here. So we're not going to have that. Instead, we're going to have like loading the course. Hi, Sylvie. Want to say hi? Oh, you walked. Hi, Sylvie. 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 Hi, come here. Maybe? No? Hi. And there goes Sylvie. All right. Well, if Sylvie comes back, we'll I'll see if I can get him to say hi. Okay, so I probably need to just say like, "Hey, we're loading," and the way that might work is I could have these things here. Let me. Okay, so one, and then you will be loading. Okay. Wait, no. Now, okay. Okay, so you're attempting to load, which means if I come straight to here and I hit refresh, you're just like sitting here forever and loading. I also want you to be centered. So let's go ahead and center you. That is an align. Should have come out from the other direction and selected. It's no difference. All right, so if I come here and we paste you right there. Okay, so then no matter what, we should have that loading. Okay, so we don't know what the name of the course is yet, but that's fine. So then what we want to do is we want to, as soon as we load for the first time, if we have the course ID, which we should have from the URL, we then initiate a request to go get the course. Okay, so we're going to use I'm going to try using a use async again. So we're going to do a sort of like get course equals use async. This has to be a future. How does that work? It's just a. Can I just. Yeah, an async block. Okay, so it can do async move. So async move. And now I just do whatever I feel I need to do. Now I have. Okay, so we have the store chorus. We're gonna have to do a store dispatch. Now, can I do? So I've seen this before, but I've not used this before. We have the store dispatch. There's a reduce future. Change state immediately in an async context. Oh, and then I can await. So that works. So future callback what? Mute future. I think. Oh, so basically I clone everything and I change it and then I return the thing. That looks a lot easier to use than the pin one. So if I reduce future inside of here, and then you just take in. Okay, so it's a closure that has state that implements a async move block. Okay, so if we do that, oh, and then was there a await at the end of this? An await at the end of the reduce feature. Okay, so then I'll wait here. Okay. Expected to be future resolves to result. Okay, so if I do that, yeah, there we go. Okay, so use async needs a result of some type, which we might be able to do, maybe. I mean, I guess I could do that, right? Reduce future. That resolves to RC core store, but no. Okay, I know what it's yelling at. I need to return. So if I do store clone, so we clone you to begin with, and then we return you, which I think needs to. Do you need to return an okay of it? Yes, I just return it. So like that. Then you get happy, and then you get unhappy with type annotations needed. Oh, because you don't know what that is. I wonder if you'll figure it out. Okay, so this is our first time playing around with this to see if it works. Uh, so I want. So the store dispatch. Now I'm returning nothing here. Type annotations needed. Cannot satisfy an unknown that implements. Oh, because it has to implement clone, whatever it is. Oh, I wonder. Oh, because you're not getting what we sort of think you're getting here. Is that right? I sort of feel like this is not this is like more bother than it's worth. I sort of feel that I should just go straight to the use effect, like we always end up doing anyways. Okay, so if I do this, I could do a use effect once to call this. Now, if I'm attempting to return you, do I have to set that entire thing, like the use async handle? I don't know. Okay, so I have this async here. So we have the use. Okay, so we've cloned the store. At this point, I want to use the API to get the course. So API courses get by ID, pass it in the course ID. Await. Oh yeah, but now I have to like handle all this stuff. Is like, what if I don't get it? What if that doesn't work? What if now I'm inside this reduce and I want to do another reduce? I don't like it. I don't think it's good. Veranos, hello. LMS stands for Learning Management System. So basically, think of like a online learning place where you can go like purchase and then view and take courses. And then these will specifically be for programming. So like learning how to program in Rust, for example, will be one of them that eventually I make. This is not happy though. I don't think I like this. Am I making a backend? Kind of, sort of. So far, I've not needed to make a specific backend for this. I've been using a tool called Hasura, which is a GraphQL API that sits on top of Postgres, and that's been my backend so far. I'm using just the free community version. It's running in Docker, and I've deployed it out to the cloud for the production one. But it allows me to like I don't really have to do anything on my own. I just have to do some like basic configurations for it, and it just automatically starts giving me everything I want to get here. So I now can see like run these GraphQL. So it's terminal based. No, so this the backend is essentially running in the command line. The front end here. So this is the front end for it. So if we start off here, it's a web application. I'm using a Rust front end framework called Yew.rs, and that allows me to write Rust code, and it compiles to WASM, which then runs in the browser. So it's basically it's a web application, and with a backend of the API is GraphQL. Yeah, so far it's pretty nice. Basically, I'm almost going backwards for what a lot of people would do, which is Rust in the front end with not any back end. Very cloud back end. Um, you just found a kata for test data builder pattern. Interesting. Test data builder pattern, as in like you're creating. Oh, let's take a look at that. So is the point to create like data for it? To create an order that can be used with tests? Oh, you have to create a bunch of builders for this, like customer builder, order builder. Oh, and it shows the pattern in the second one. Okay, hold on. Hey, stop selecting everything. Okay, yeah. So we have. I immediately see the namespace. I'm like, wait, what are we in? Is this C sharp? This is C sharp, isn't it? I haven't programmed C sharp before, so I assume that .cs is C sharp. Okay, so builder test sample, order service placeholder. Oh yeah, yeah. Usually what I do, so if I need to do something like that, I'll create a randomizer that like will create a bunch of stuff with random stuff in it, and oftentimes I use libraries to sort of help out. There was what was the one? Not randomize. There's a couple in JavaScript that I've used before. Not really done that with Rust yet. A lot of throws exceptions with null, so they're having a lot of null checks in here. Which to me, it's like just don't. And this is. Oh, is this testing that like when you build it, you can't. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Although the something that I've noticed with option types, so like the lack of a null in Rust can help out. So if the thing you're building requires all the fields, then the builder can have options. And when you go to build it, you're like, I can't do that because it can't be like I have to unwrap at some point in time, and the unwrap will fail, and that obviously isn't good. So there's some. I feel like you don't have to do quite as heavy like null checking type things in Rust because of that, or rather, you're gonna check that the options exist all in one go in the build phase, and then that would work. Yeah, yeah, that sort of like makes sense. So we probably wouldn't have quite as many of these individual lines, but maybe like a single one that throws an error of like, hey, you have something that shouldn't be an option that is no, a none. But yeah, this is pretty cool. There might be. I can imagine that if I get to the point where I'm teaching, like builder pattern, I could see something like this. Inline data too. Like with that, like ID 123. Yeah. Okay. So they're just testing all these things that it throws if you pass in the wrong data. Oh, inline data annotation at the top of the test. Oh, you'll see theory instead of fact, also theory. So is that a C sharp thing? Because I am not familiar with this, with like fact and theories. That's just saying it's a unit test. Oh, interesting. Well, that's a very interesting syntax for it. Like fact and theory. I without really knowing very much about it, it kind of like the idea of like declaring like, okay, unit test, and this might be more of a end-to-end test, like integration test. So there's checking null, empty string, and one space string. Oh, it's a parameterized test. Oh, so you're passing in these datas into here. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. String name. Oh, are you going to run? It's going to run this one test 3 times, right? Once with null, once with an empty string, once with spaces as strings. So it's going to run it 3 times. Ah, okay. Okay, I get that. I get that. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. In Rust, I think we'd have to write all of this stuff ourselves. Like that's not going to be not really going to exist the way we'd expect it to. That's how you get out of writing loops and tests. Yeah, I like it. I think this is pretty good. It would be interesting to see if the Rust team starts turning their eye back to testing again, because I feel like they put testing as a first class citizen into Rust when the language was first created, and there hasn't been that much love given to it since then. It's been a lot of other things, and I think it can get it deserves a little bit of love. All right, let's head back to here. What about? Oh, right, uh, I was procrastinating dealing with this thing. So the problem we're trying to solve, we need to get the course in the case that we load this page directly, or like for some reason we didn't have this course in our store. So we need to we need to say like, hey, let's go to the API, let's load the course, we'll get it directly by the ID, and we'll just go and like stuff it into the store, and then this will load it from the store directly, which is fine. But if I'm trying to use async for this, I feel like I'm not really saving that much time and effort than just using um, a WASM, no, a Webpack, a what's the library? The local promise thing. Which I think we should just do. I think we should just get there and go. So I'm attempting to load the course here, and that's fine. That's certainly a thing, but we need to have a use effect. Oh, let result. Okay, so we're going to now return result all over the place. Okay, so the very first thing we need to check, I guess like the very first thing is to get the course, to load the course. Maybe one question is, if we have a course, do I not need to load? Um that might be a good check to see like, okay, well maybe we already have a course in the store. If we do have a course in the store, we don't need to load anything at all. So I need a flag for each of the things that we're loading to make sure that that works. So for this one, we're going to check to see if the course is loaded. So course loaded flag, maybe. We use state and we'll say you're not loaded, so you're false. Okay, so I'll clone that in here and we'll move it in. Now, inside of here, if I successfully get you, I want to say that um, Oh, look at that. Okay, so I don't actually get the chance of this. I think you need to be an if let sum. So we're gonna do something like let course. Well, I guess like the if is anywhere after it, isn't it? So hold on. How do I do this? So the course is gonna be in here. Courses get. So I have the course at this point. Oh, nope, didn't want to do that. So if I get to this point, I have the course, which means I can set true that we have the course. So I want to do a course loaded flag. We're going to set true. But I only want to do that if it's already true, right? Otherwise, I'm going to get into an infinite loop probably. I can't remember if you is smart to check if it was different. So if I come here and we're loading it already, come here, preview. Oh yeah, instantly. And I'm pretty sure that's an infinite loop happening. I would not be surprised if um, Firefox pops up and says, "Hey, I noticed that this script is slowing you down." That's not great. It's not great at all. Let's go ahead and fix that quickly. So we're gonna do a if we're not course loaded flag. So well, and this is where I think that my original idea is gonna be correct. We're gonna use an if let. So I'm gonna do let course equals if let some course. And inside of here, I'm going to throw you. And then I'm going to return the course. Okay. Are you happier? Yeah. Stop, please. Thank you. All right. Let's try this again. So we go to courses, go to you, preview. Well, that's great. Still an infinite. Oh, I guess I'm going the other. So you're still infinite looping. I still need to check this, right? It's like you're still just blindly setting this to be true, but I need to make sure that is okay. So basically, if it's false, so if not, and then dereference it, course loaded flag. So if you're not true, then set this to be true. That's what I've got to do here. I think that'll make it work a little bit better. So let's come back to here. Much better. Okay, so now we have this no infinite loop that makes me freeze instantaneously, and we're exiting out if we don't have the course. Now, if the course doesn't exist and we return this, which would be the equivalent of hitting refresh here. So now we're getting into this area here. I need to, in the use effect, I need to check the course loaded flag. So if this is a false, If this is a false, I want to grab it out. So if again, I guess like if this is true, oh, you know what I want to do? I don't want this to be a false. I want this to be a BB loading state. Loading state. And you're gonna be initialized. Right, right. I was doing this. So you're initialized if you get this successfully. So in a way, I might want to do this first because this is synchronous. This would happen before this happens potentially. So I want you to do this way up here. I want to get you. So you're going to be set not to true, but BB loading state, you're loaded. Just like straight to loaded. Now, if you're false, we can set this to like not loaded, not found. I think if we get to this point, so in the code, okay, so then we set the use effect, okay. So at this point, if we're still uninitialized, so if a dereferenced BB dereferenced course loaded flag, if you're equal to a BB loading state. Okay, so if you're initialized, I want to now go and grab. I want to go and grab the. I want to start the loading, right? So we're gonna set you to be loading. So that's the first thing we do. Course loaded flag. We're gonna set you to BB loading state and loading. Okay. What are you upset about? Oh, right, because now we have to. Okay, so if you are, I, if you're equal to BB loading state initialized, then we'll just set you to be loaded at this point, and that's we're good to go here. Right. I remember why I created this now. So that I could have like a little bit more nuanced and hopefully try to reduce myself from having infinite loops in re-render states, which is always fun. Okay, so now we get to here. We set you to be loading, which means it's time for us to now start loading. So we use the wasm bind gen futures, spawn local, async and move. All right, so I want to we probably want to match PI courses get by ID. Okay, so we need that course ID. Course ID. We await. And we're going to have an OK. We're going to have the course. We'll figure out something to do with it, and we'll have an error, and we'll figure out something to do with it. Okay. You are upset. Cannot find value course ID. Okay, so we need that in here. You're getting it from there, so I might as well get it right here. And you should copy / move percolate through, so you're fine. Okay, so if you're okay, we have the course now. We have the course now, which means I want to put it inside of the courses, which means it's time to do the store dispatch. And because of moving rules and all that stuff, let's put it in here. But actually don't know if I need it in here. I think I just need it right here potentially, right before I move it in here. So that okay. So then you move into here, then you move into here. I want to okay, so I have the store course. Want to store dispatch. Now, potentially this would be no, I still don't think I want to do the await because I have two stores, one for the alerts and one for the store, and I need them to be separate. So we're still gonna just do a reduce mute. Okay, so we're gonna do store state dot courses. We're gonna insert our key is gonna be the course dot ID and the course. Okay. So that's easy enough. You. Okay, so if we have an error, it's time for us to alert. I need the alert dispatch is not being used yet, so let's go ahead and we'll do this same pattern here. Okay, so we move you in here, and now we do our alert dispatch. I actually realize I don't need a. I think I could just do a reduce, right? Hold on. I think I can just do the reduce, change the state immediately. I don't know why I've been doing the mute because I'm just like overwriting in there, but I'm creating a new store anyways. I think it's gonna be fine. Uh, so I don't think I care about you at all, and we're just gonna return an alert store builder, new error. Now the error of what we're getting is error getting course. Okay, and then I also want to log data, log error. Okay, this is error getting course for the specific one time. So okay, this is getting error getting course by ID for the course access article. Okay, so that will get displayed to the console. You are upset. Why are you upset? Mismatch types expected to struct RC. Oh, can I do an into on this? That might work. Yeah. Okay. This is so much easier. I should be doing this instead of the reduce mute. I just got like used to using a reduce mute, so I just using it everywhere, even if it's not a good idea. Like this is so much better. Okay. So now looking at this, could I go one step further? Could I do this? I don't think I can, right? I don't think I can do this and then like not have the into with parentheses. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, I would have to like do the into on that, which would be nice, but we'll just do this. Oh, almost. Hold on. There, almost. Maybe. There we go. Okay. All right, so you're happy. Now I get and I stuff that into the state there. Now, okay, if I get you successfully, after I get you, I need to update you to be loaded. So if we're initialized, we're loading, which means you need to be cloned. And then we move you in here. We get you successfully. We update the store. Oh, I don't want to do that inside of here. Oh, Rust Analyzer really tries to help sometimes. Um, I want you to match surround brackets again, please. And then inside of here, so a semicolon, and then that's not right. Semicolon. There we go. Okay, and then I want uh, the loading. Oh, the course loaded flag. I want to set you to be loaded. Okay, so that's happy, I think. All right, so that's if we're initialized, we go there. So which means that this should only run once, even though use effect runs like just billions of times. So that's fun. Apparently, I don't need to clone that, even though I'm moving into here. Interesting. Okay, I guess it's auto. Does it implement copy? Huh. Okay. I always thought that I needed to clone it in, but I guess not. Um, if I don't need a clone here, then I don't need that at all. So that's happy. Okay, so let's come back to here. I'm getting that loading, but it's not doing anything, which means okay. So again, the next problem is that I'm attempting to load the course from this, but it's never loading again, which kind of sucks. So what I probably want to do is instead grab the store, grab the course from state and do something like, and just copy it in here, which is not great, but I don't know a better way to do that at this point in time. So let's do that course equals, we'll do a use state. We'll start with a none. I know you're going to be really upset. That's fine. So no matter what, at this point, okay, so you're unhappy there. All right, so we're in our loading state initialized. We have a none in there. As soon as we come in, we grab you. If you're a none, I want to continuously try to grab you from here. So if you're a sum, so if the course is a sum, I can quit out early. I don't need to do anything because I have the course. So if course dot is sum, I just want to do an early return of the result. And that's it. But if we're a none, I want to first check to see. You know what? That might be part of this initialized loading here. So I'm loading, but the first thing I want to do is check to see, hey, can I just get you from the state? If I can, then we're good to go. I update the state. I don't even get it from the API. So let's try grabbing this from here. So we'll do a, I already wrote that previously, but I deleted it already. I don't feel like undoing to go grab it. So let's just grab it again. Okay, so we can do that directly with like a setting, can't we? We can do an iflet. Oh, iflet might be good here. So an iflet sum, we have the store course. So this is going to be the store course courses we get, the course ID. Okay, so now I have the store course. I want to clone it and stuff it in there, and then we're done. We're good to go. So then this will be the course set store course. We'll clone you. Oh, it'll have to be a sum. Okay, we set you. What are you upset about? I'm missing 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm missing a close. All right. So in here we do a course loaded flag. We set you to be you're loaded. We're good to go. If we get to this point, and oh, I guess like at this point we can also return early. So if we're initialized, set ourselves to loading, now attempt to get it. Hey, we're loaded now. So let's just return out. Okay, so we're now in loading state. Now get it from the API. We do all this stuff. That grabs it from there, and then also I want to set it to be internally available too. So inside get ID. Okay, so here's the store course. I reduce mute. I stuff this in the store. I set the fact that we're loaded, and then I also want the course. I'm gonna set you to be the course. If I do that, we have to clone you here. And then, oh yeah, course. This has to be like a DB course. So you're going to be a DB course. And you're going to be a DB course, which of course you're going to be a sum DB course. So Okay. I'm going to have errors. No name field. Okay. So then here we're going to do an if let some, and then there's two different HTMLs that we return from this. So we'll do an if let some, we have to do a dereferenced course. Oh no, this will be the course. Equals, this will be a dereferenced course. Else, and then we'll have, okay, so in here will be a loading. What? No, did not mean to delete it. All right, so this will be loading, and then that will be the actual thing. You're upset. Why are you upset? Cannot move out of dereference, so I can clone you, or we can reference you. I might be able to reference you, and that might be okay. And then we can clone individual aspects if we need to. Okay. Let's see. So we still have problems. Borrow move value. So you're moved here. Okay, so course got moved into here, I believe. So we have to do this thing. And that is cloning. Okay. There we go. Now if I hit refresh, that refreshes and loads for us. Okay, great. Which means now we can move on and get the article list on the left. So let's see, that's gonna be the article's ID. We have our titles. The loading we don't care about. The rest of it's gonna be here. So we want I just want two columns. Let's do a do BB row to begin with. Go. Inside this first row, we're going to do two columns. Okay. Inside the first column, which I guess I can not do that one right away. We probably want a width. So a width or a size. I can't remember exactly what that is. It's going to be a BB call width. Yeah, BB call width. And I want this to be like 3. Inside of here, we're going to have our nav, course nav, that, and then we have the article ID was course ID, I think. Course ID equals dot course ID. Okay, and that doesn't give me that. I did not do that correctly, did I? Course nav with nothing in it. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted. So I have that showing here. What was it? What did I need? We had course nav. You take in a course ID, and you're going to attempt to find it. And after you find it, then it's going to work. It's going to continuously load. I don't see why that wouldn't work. Why wouldn't that work? And if I come back to here and I go courses, I go this route. Yeah, then you're fine. But if I refresh, you don't load. And I don't have any errors. Okay. So it's a problem here. Let's see, when I get to this point, the course isn't loaded into the store yet by the time that this initially attempts to load. Oh, I'm attempting to get out this way, and this is not the best way for me to get it, unfortunately. So I think I need to do the same thing where I attempt to grab it from the course store until it's there. So we need to use like a use effect for this. So I need to do something like that course equals use state. We'll do a none here to begin with. I need to clone that course, so we'll do a block. I don't know why I like doing this now, even if I only have one exit. I don't know why. I like maybe it's just because the immediate setup and Rust Analyzer doesn't try to like collapse it in on itself, which is not great. Okay, so I have my course. I want to check to see if you're none. So if you're none, I want to return early because we're just waiting, right? So if you're something, okay, so we want to grab you. So this is gonna be an if let some. We're gonna get the store course is equal to, that's our course store. Oh, yeah, store course store. That's gonna be fine. So I don't overwrite it. We get courses. We have to use the course ID. Now I have access to that store course. I want to stuff that into the state. So we're going to do course.set. It's going to be a sum. And see, like, I could just stuff it in. Oh, I do need to clone it. So it's going to be a store course dot clone. That. Why are you upset? No method name set for struct store course. Did I lose it? Oh, I have multiple course. Do I have multiple course? I have a single course there for the use state. Apparently I do lose it. Because now you think that you're a store course. Where did I set course equal to? Oh, let sum. That's what it is. Then you go away. I know. Don't. we're gonna probably have to dump that into. We're gonna have to do the same thing that we did before with the if let down here. So then okay, so this now re-renders every single time. We're gonna have the state. So if let sum, this will now be the course equal to, so we have to dereference, maybe like reference dereference course. Okay, so we have access to you. So we throw you in there, and I need the article stuff in there too. So every time this loads, we recalculate what those are. What did I do with it? If let sum, okay. Oh, you're very unhappy. Oh, because an else. We need an else. So then it's just an empty HTML tag as we're loading the articles. Okay, and you're upset here with use effect. Why are you upset? Closure. Oh, this is a move. Yep. Okay. You're happy now? Maybe? It doesn't look happy. That looks very unhappy. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. So starting with you, go to courses. You. Uh-oh. Why are you infinite looping? Oh, because this happened. It's doing this every time. Right. Okay. So I want to early exit. If you're already something, I don't want to do this. I want out. So I want to, if a dereferenced course. Oh, I don't need a dereference. I can just do course is, if you're something, I want to early exit return result. That's it. We don't need to do anything else. All right. Stop. Let's try this again. Courses, you, okay. You. Refresh doesn't do it. Are you infinite loop though? So then the next thing is, if I attempt to get you, you get that. We set you to be course. If you're something, although you start with nothings, then theoretically it should be waiting until we get the course. Okay, let's try a log data in here. My data is, this is gonna be loading loading course for nav, and I want to print out reference to store course dot name, let's say. Okay, loading course for nav, that. Okay, so I have you. So course set some store course the clone. So if you're sum, we return result. So we know it's happening. If you're sum, we get this and return the HTML with the course nav. And it works on the other one. It doesn't work on this one if I go directly to you. Have I just failed to call it? Go on a course access article. Well, I'm attempting to pass this in and use this. So we have course nav. Um, okay, so we have the course name. So we know we're here. We have the course nav. In main. Oh, you got nothing. Okay, so you did load nothing. You loaded the course for that. Okay. What's next? What do we need to fix next? Oh, it's probably the articles. It needs to get the article titles for that. So course nav. So you articles. Okay, so if we have the course, article IDs, filter. Okay, now I get the article store. Articles get. Oh, I need to get the articles for this store also. That's the next problem is I don't have the article store and we're waiting for that. Who's in charge of getting those? I feel like it should be the page above that gets it. So I need to load all the article titles for the course so that way the nav can get it and have access to it. Otherwise, it's just an empty array because there's nothing in there to display. Okay, so that's going to be pages for you. We need, okay, so to get the nav articles for this course. So this is gonna be articles flag, articles loaded flag. And then I also need the articles store dispatch. Okay, so we grab you. That gives us the articles dispatch. Using the move effect. Okay, so we have if the course is sum, we return result. Well, the problem is before we can get the course, we also have to get we have to check to see okay if the dereferenced articles loaded flag is equal to bb loading state initialized. So if you're initialized, we need to go ahead and do that thing too. So I guess the first thing here is now we're going to set articles loaded flag. I'm going to set you to be loading. I also want. I guess one way to put this is instead of course is sum like this, I can come up here to the top. We can say, okay, if the course loaded flag if course loaded flag dereferenced is equal to bb loading state So if you're loaded and the articles loaded flag if you're loaded, I want to just return result. Don't bother doing anything else in here. Okay, so now we're loading. So we're initialized. We're now loading, so we don't try to initialize again. We have to get the articles for this course. So I forget exactly how to do that. We might have an API, but we're gonna have to do that WASM bindgen features thing here. So let's match. Okay, articles. Oh, get article titles by IDs, which takes a vector of IDs. Perfect. So if we have that, now I need the courses. So I have to wait. Okay, so if the articles loaded flag is equal to initialized, but I also cannot do this until we've successfully loaded the courses. So then that'll happen afterwards. So and the course loaded flag is equal to loaded state loaded. Okay, so you're successfully loaded now. So I have access to that course. I can get the article titles from that. So the article IDs is going to be the course. What are you? Oh, you're a. I know you're loaded, so I should be able to safely unwrap you here, shouldn't I? Okay, so we have course.unwrap article IDs. Okay, we're going to move you in. Pass you in here. What are you upset about? Comparison operators cannot be changed. Oh, I wanted and. And. What are you upset about? Expected a closing. Oh, that's what you're upset about. Okay, so we're gonna get an okay. We're gonna get articles out of this. And an error. Okay, now what? Mismatch types, expected an opaque type. Oh, we need to await. Okay. We are so far happy. So we need to, for each of these articles, put them inside of the major state. And then throw that in there. So maybe the error would be easier to sort of deal with first. So the first thing to do with the error is we're going to log the error. So log the error. This is going to be error getting articles for this is the access course article and reference the error. And then we have to now do the entire alert dispatch thing. So alert dispatch, I'll reduce alert start builder, new error. error loading article nav. Okay. Collision inspectors take one argument. Oh, I think is like the state, which I don't really care about. We have to do an into. Okay. That's happy and fine so far. Okay. Articles. I don't know why that none is upset up there in course. Aren't we successfully setting that? Doesn't it know what it is? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we have to explicitly set what that's going to be. Okay. Articles. I want to now extract out. Okay, so for each of these articles that we get, I want to put into. So we're going to do a reduce mute here of the articles dispatch. So articles dispatch. Reduce mute. We have the articles state. Think this is the other thing is that I want to mark this as done, don't I? So the article's loaded flag. We're going to set this to be loaded here too. Okay. All right. Article state. So I want to now loop through all the articles. So I could do a for each. I don't know if it matters that much. Although then I have to like do a move in, and I don't know if it's going to be that easy to deal with. I don't know if I want to work with it. So we'll just do for article in articles. I want to do an article state. We have our articles. We want to insert. The ID is going to be article ID and article clone it. Type annotations needed for this. Okay, fine. You know exactly where you are. It's where do I put the type annotations? Can I for type parameter t? Okay, fine. Do I have to give it to you state what it is? I don't remember. It might be. So this is going to be a option with a store course inside like that. This function takes two generic arguments, but one generic argument was supplied. Expected two. Wait, what's the second one? Oh, the function. The T and then the F. The init function is F. So there's two generic functions for that. Oh, I wonder if it'd be a lot easier for me. So instead of doing it here, I do it here. So we say you're going to be a useState handle with an option and a store course inside. Cannot move out of dereference. Okay, so course unwrap. So I have to article IDs. Okay, so I don't want to really unwrap or default. I can map it. So the course, what type are you? You are, oh, the option store course. So I have to clone you if I want to be able to unwrap you. I guess like then we could map you. We could map you. So what if I changed you to a map? This gives us the course, and I want the course.article IDs, which I might have to clone here. And then this becomes the unwrap. Can I move out of dereference? Is there a map? Is there a better map for me to use? Is there a... What's this map? Maybe a deref map? Oh, call as ref or as mute. Okay, so I want as ref before. Okay, so as ref. That works. Okay. Still have some errors though. So borrow move value. So the alert dispatch got moved. Okay, so alert dispatch. Where was that? It's up here, isn't it? Alert dispatch, and then which is another WASM bindgen feature. So I need to copy you, and we do the exact same thing up here. So we have access to it there. Okay. And now you're loading. Excellent. Okay, so if we come back to here, go in, we see this, and if I hit refresh, we see that. Okay, excellent. And the final part of this is going to be to render the content over there, which we have something for. So we are going to be, okay, we're already in the right page. We have access to the course. So in another column here, I want to now run, so this is been a while. I think it's BB course content. You're going to yell at me until we figure out what you want. Okay, so course content, you want, okay, so have access, true or false. So I want that to be false, I think. Okay, so have access. Okay. Have access. Okay. The course itself, which I think is the content essentially, and then the on click. Oh, like what to do to purchase. Okay, so I don't have that right now. Okay, yeah, which I don't really need to have access. Okay, so then we have the course is going to be equal to, and you're going to be the course dot content, which you think I need to clone it. And you no field content. So that's the next thing is I need access to the content. In here, if I am a super admin, which I am right now, so in the art, wait, this is if I have the course. Oh, it's the article. I need the article. So I have iflet for the course, and now I need to load the article for this course, and we're using that. Okay, so is that another iflet? Or I probably need to do something very similar to here where you have the article stored. So let article state, let's just call it state. State. So this probably also needs to be an option. And basically we can't load either of them until we have both, which kind of sucks. But I don't know if there's a better way for us to do that. Okay, so we have use state. We'll have to do a none here. You'll have to be the specific article that I want. So use state handle option with an article store, a store article. I think it's just article. Yeah, just an article. Okay, so after we get here, if we've loaded both of those, we're fine. Do I want article loaded? So this is article loaded flag. Oh wait, I should have this now at this point. So, okay, here's articles loaded. I went out and got them. For the specific article IDs that we're looking for, I want to set it in here. Okay, here's my vec of articles. I'm reducing mute inside there. We're setting you to be loaded. So then right before that, maybe, I need to set the article state. I need to set you to be like a sum within an article, but I need to find out which specific article, don't I? I don't necessarily want to do that inside of the reduce mute, although I could. But that's like overloading that quite a bit. So I don't really like to do that. I kind of want to just find the article that I'm looking for. Here. So I want to set, oh, you know what? It's already a sum. I don't have to do another sum here because I can do articles dot iter. Want to find. So this gives me an article. On the article dot ID is equal to the article ID, which we're gonna have to set. So it's not gonna find what that is, and then have to clone it, I think. Oh, cloned. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, kind of. And then I think you're going to say that I don't have, cannot find value in this scope. So then right up here, we're going to do article ID is equal to props dot article ID. No field content. Right. So now this is going to be the articles. So now if the course has this, Now I have to wait until we have access to the articles. Um, and then if we do, then we can use that. We can't do something like an and sort of like combine them together. I probably could have done something like put the state where they're both states in one. That might work too, but I don't know if I really want to. Okay, so I I have the course. I also now need to get the article. Since that gives me that. Why are you so upset about this? As in, why don't you know what you are? Oh, right, because I think it's like article state, right? There we go. Okay, so you're happy there. I want to take this function, this here. I want to create a function that just returns the loading state. So loading. So throw you in there. Okay, so else we're gonna run loading. All right. So then if we get to here, I now want you to happen down here. So if we have that, we now have access to the article. And then we have, this is another if, else we run loading again. We're still loading. Now the article I think doesn't have, so article, give me the content. So we have those here, but if I'm not logged in, content not found. So this is the next really big thing. So if I cheat and I just manually go in and say, yeah, totally let everybody get it. I haven't really played with this this level of permission set for something. So if we say like, okay, public is allowed to select content, there's, okay, so I want content. Oh no. It's not what I want. So what I need to figure out is like you can see the content sometimes, but you can't see it other times. Row select. So I think I may need to do a little bit of research to like how this works. So I guess like if its preview is equal to true, I don't want it to limit the number of rows. I want you to be able to get content if preview is equal to true. Otherwise, you can get everything other than content. I guess like if I do that right now and I just say, hey, you got that, then here that starts working again. Which means I guess that's we'll GraphQL introspect. Let's see if there's more issues on it. And it's like here's where like I might run into trouble with Hasura or like reach out to Hasura support to figure out like how do I do this? Okay, so we have error still. So content, so article, doesn't article have content now? Oh, I've never put article. Oh, I never put content into the store. So we need stores articles. Yeah. Okay. So you need content now. So you'll be a string, which means we need to grab you out of here. So you know what? We don't always have a string, do we? So you need to be an option. So this will be content. Now this is get the LMS articles. Okay, so this is the DB article dot content. So articles insert get article title. Oh, you never have it. So you're a none here. Oh, I don't think any of my queries ever get it. Oh, that's potentially another interesting issue. So I don't think I can actually do this. Not today, not in time, because I have 15 minutes left before it's noon, and I'm getting hungry and tired. Ooh, okay, so let's go ahead and save this off. I have all those errors and like partially written work that will remind me of where I need to go next time. So what I need to do is I need to figure out how to make it so that way if there's something in that field. So if that's a true, I'm allowed to get the content. Otherwise I can't get the content. Now, if I can't do that, then I'm going to have to probably rethink how I'm storing the content. Instead of like just be a JSON field on the article, maybe I need to have that be like a join table where it's still one-to-one join, but then I can basically say like, hey, I'm only allowed to get from this table for these specific things. I don't know. I'll have to like do a little bit of research and playing around with it. And if Monday comes and we still haven't figured out, then we're going to continue researching. So that'll be fun. Let's go ahead and get status this. We did a lot here today. So what did we do? We now have, I mean, guess like we're about to load the content of the article. And then I think, did I make any changes to the database? Can't remember if I think I did. I think I did. Oh yeah, we did. Commit. So we're making the preview required. I guess the other choice that we could have is instead of preview being on an article, we can make it a join table there too. And then so like there's three different sort of like states we can do. So I think what I'm going to do is have to do a lot of manual sort of clicking back and forth in Hasura to sort of figure out how can I use like the filter states to filter down and really make sure that we can only get the thing that we really want to get. So that'll be a lot of documentation looking up for me. So yay, fun documentation. All right, so I pushed that up, right? Yeah. All right, so pushed everything up. We're all up to date. I'm good to go here. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me today. Today's Saturday, so I will be back Monday, I believe, and around 7 a.m. Mountain Time, and we'll go for about the normal time, an hour 15 minutes or so, until I have my day job. So with that, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.